Hi everyone, it's just Wendy back again. Sorry, I'm going to keep interfering with things because that's what I do. I just thought I would upload a sort of what I did in January and what I plan to do in February. So for my finished objects, I've made 2 hat and scarf sets, one for each of my sons. So nice, really nice long scarves, and the yarn is really quite soft as well. This one has been worn by my oldest son for a few days, but he hasn't got it on today. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to pop it on a video. I haven't got many, I've only got 4 finished objects for January. I didn't have a lot of time to do much really because I was just busy, very busy. And then this is the other one. I love the colours on this. He picked the colours. That's another little hat and scarf set. He's not worn this yet, so he can start wearing it from tomorrow. And I made 2 hats, one for me and a spare, which I'm probably going to put on eBay, but we'll see. We'll see. I may just gift it to someone. So these 2 as well. They're my finished objects that I made in January. And so on to whips. First off, one of my sons, the younger one, so one of the twins, has asked me to make him a single size blanket for his bed. So that is something that I am working on. I haven't really made much progress on it this past month. As I said, I've been really busy, but I will hopefully at least get another 20 rows done or something, hopefully, on that this month. That is my aim. I also have a hat. I'm working on a hat for a hat and scarf set for my daughter. She picked the yarn, so this is the colour she picked, and hopefully I'll have that done before the end of the week, all going well. I say that realising this is Friday, before next Friday. Got a couple of days off work after today, so hopefully I can get that done. And then this is going to be, when it's done, it's going to be a floor cushion, because I like to sit on the floor, but our floor it's not carpeted, it's laminate flooring, and it's very hard. So I want something nice and squishy and soft to sit on. So that's what I am going to be sitting on once it's finished. My younger son, immediately, as soon as he realised that I was making myself a floor cushion, has asked for one too. So when mine's done, I will make his, because he usually sits on the sofa anyway. So, you know, he can wait a little bit. Plus he wants the single blanket as well, so he can wait a little while. Can't do everything. So that's these 3 I'm intending to work on in February. There's a couple of other small projects that I haven't started yet that I do want to do in February, but that just depends on time. And I did buy some, I didn't buy much, I bought 1 cone of yarn, which is over on the other side of the room, so I'm not getting it. So thank you. Which is this Lily Sugar and Cream cotton yarn, which I'm going to be making something with. Not 100% sure what I'm going to make, but I just had an idea and wanted to make it. So if it all pans out, then there will be a video of it up. If not, there won't. So we'll just have to see. That was my one acquisition for last month, because I'm trying not to buy too many things this year because we're saving up for other things. So that's that done. Moving on from my crochet and knitting, I've got my books. So I started I do Goodreads. I do the Goodreads challenge every year. Last year I read 80 books, which I've mentioned before, and my son has ever so kindly challenged me to do 100 this year. I'm very much trying to do that. I think I'm one book behind schedule now because the last couple of weeks have been quite busy. But I decided as well to do a book journal, so I get to track my sort of reading and how many books I've done. In January I did read 6 books, so it's not too bad. It's more than one book a week, so it's not too bad considering how busy I was. I enjoyed the books. Some of them were audiobooks. So the first book I read, and I finished that on New Year's Day, was the 6th Scott Pilgrim book. I'd read all the rest in December, just didn't finish that one in time, so I started that and read it in one day. And then I had 4 audiobooks. They're all by an author called Karen Rose. They're sort of suspense novels, crime sort of things. I really do enjoy her books. And I'm rereading all of her books because there's a new one that she brought out at the end of last year, and I like to reread the previous books before I start the new one. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. Then I read Castle in the Air, which is kind of like a sequel to Howl's Moving Castle, which I read last year and really enjoyed. So James kindly got me that as my January book. Was it my January book or was it my December book?
Which one?
Castle in the Air.
January.
My January book from my book calendar, and I finished that a few days ago. Didn't take me very long to read, it was just over a day or two. And then I'm now reading Piranesi, I think that's how you spell it, or Piranesi, which was recommended by Book Talk. I am 81 pages in, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a bit with this book. It's not really catching my attention. Maybe it's just not my type of book, but I will progress because it's not an awful book, it's not horrendous, it's just not my type of book. So I will continue to read it because it is quite well written. I like the writing. It's just I don't really like sort of written as someone writing in a diary, and I don't really like those types of books. Didn't realise that was what it was when it was recommended to me. So I'll probably have that finished by tomorrow. And then these are mostly library books because I am doing a no-buy book year because I need to get through my to-be read pile, but I do need to appease my need to have new books as well. So I'm using the library for that because we just don't have space at the minute for extra books to keep. So that's fine. So my planned reads for February, this one by Jodie Taylor, it's called Just One Damned Thing After Another. Again, this was recommended to me, but I can't remember who recommended it to me. So I am intending to read that one. Ready Player One, I quite enjoyed the film, and books are usually bad, so that's in and of itself. Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About the Tudors but Were Afraid to Ask. Now, I like history. That's really frustrating. Okay. Really annoys me. Yep. Alright, sorry, I'm back. My alarm went off. It stopped my video. I hope it hasn't deleted it. We will see. So, as I was saying, I love history books. I love history. I love books. I love anything to do with either. So at least once a month I like to get a book that's not completely fiction. So this is the one I'm trying this month. Last month it was Norfolk During the World Wars, which I haven't written down in there. Just realised, which I should have. So yeah, I think there's 3 more library books. So this one is called Stress Control. Anyone that really knows me knows that I am a stress head and I overthink. I suffer from anxiety. I worry constantly. So my partner actually saw this in the library, and this one called Women Who Think Too Much, and recommended both of them as a joke, but I am going jokes on him because I'm going to read both of them. So we have that one. And then the final library book is a book on mosaic crochet, which is something I want to try and do. So I've had a little flick through. I'm going to look at it more closely this month before I have to take it back and see if, even if I just make something little as practice, I just would like to be able to do it because I've never done it before. So now we've got non-library books. So The Last Unicorn. This was one of my books I got from my book calendar last year that I haven't read yet. And I've started it, but I haven't finished it. It is a very, very good book, but I keep getting distracted by new books coming out. So I am going to read this month. The next one is called Rebel Rose, and it's a Disney thing. A book with Disney on the top, I don't know. It's like the movement on from Beauty and the Beast or something. So I'm not entirely sure, but I like the cover, so I picked the book. Let's hope the contents are nice. And then we have Twisted Love. This was lent to me, and the person that lent it to me would like it back, so I need to read it and then I can give it back. So not really much to say about those, but those are what I am intending to read through February. I may not get them all read, but I will get as many of them read as I can. Whatever I don't get read in February, I will move over to March. But with the best will in the world, this is what I want to read. Oh, and I got my February book. Can you pass it here, please, James? That I opened yesterday, because today is the 2nd of February. And it's Fourth Wing, which I've had my eye on for ages and got told not to buy it in case it was in my book calendars, one of my book calendars. And James's friend actually recommended this, so I am going to read this. I'll be honest, I will probably read this before I read some of the other books because I've waited for it for ages. And is it March book is the new release book as well that I've been waiting for? Yeah. It is, isn't it? Yeah. And that one will probably come before any other books that I want to read in March because I've waited for, is it 2 years? Something like that. 2 years for the next in the series of the March book that I know I'm already getting. So, and that's been pre-ordered and everything. And I'm not waiting. It's just that. I'm going to re-listen to them, the previous ones on Audible, just because I'll probably get through them quicker because I don't actually have a lot of time to sit and read. So audiobooks help me because I can listen while I'm walking, cleaning, doing whatever. So, but I'm going to re-listen or reread all of those ones, and then when it arrives I'm probably going to lock myself up for a day and just read it. If I am allowed. Never! He's very supportive of my reading, really. So, yeah, I think this is it. So, yeah, I've gone through my finished objects, my one acquisition, my reading, my whips. Have I forgot anything? No? Last time I spoke about gaming.
Start of the month, you can explain what happened in the last.
Okay, well, every month, myself and a friend, we have this little competition, which is a bit silly, but I'm a gamer, so I'm up for it, and I'm very competitive, and I don't think he realised how competitive I was when he said about it, but some point last year, probably about 6 months ago, he quipped that he's always #1 on the gamer score list, that he always beats me. He's not beat me since then. So this month I got up to 900 and something of gamer points for that month. And I thought, oh, I'm 400 ahead of him. He'll never catch up. It's fine. I can just play something and work towards a bigger achievement later on. So I was quite happily doing that for about 5 days. Not non-stop, obviously. And then I got a picture on my phone. He sent me a picture that he'd overtaken me.
On the 30th.
On the 30th. Was it the 30th or was it yesterday? The day before yesterday?
Which was the 30th.
That's the 31st. It's the 30th? I thought it was 31 days in January.
It's 31 days in January, but
Yeah.
he sent it to you on the 30th.
Yeah, he sent it to me on the 30th. He'd overtaken me. And that sort of opened to my competitive side. It's probably why I haven't finished this book yet. It probably would have been a finished book if I hadn't have got competitive. So I immediately went on my Xbox, and the 30th and the 31st I increased my gamer score and beat him by over 100 points, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I got 1,000. No, I was on 900 and something. I ended up on 1,311, I think it was.
1,100, I thought it was.
1,111. I thought it was 1,300. Anyway, yeah, I beat him, and he's not very happy about that at the minute. He has stopped talking to me again, hasn't he?
Yep.
So he said it's a new month, and he's already on 125. I'm not that far behind. I'm on 45, and I will keep doing it. I don't have all day to game either, because, you know, I have a job and I have kids and I have a house and I have all. He does have a job, but he doesn't have any really other responsibilities, does he? That much. Yeah. So yeah, he plays on his games a little bit more than I do, because I have to share my Xbox with 4 other people. I can't just go on it when I want. So I don't mind though, because I still manage to beat him, don't I, James?
Yep.
Every month, without fail, with a lot of help from James. He doesn't do it for me, but we work together to get some achievements that I wouldn't be able to get on my own, because it is about co-op working.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm lucky that...
And a few game recommendations.
And a few game recommendations that have easy gamer scores, because I like the achievements. I do love gaming. I really enjoy gaming, and I don't really have... In my real life, I'm quite militant about what I do, aren't I? I like things very structured. I like to know what I'm doing, when, how, anything that could go wrong, so I can account for that, plan for that. I'm not like that when I game. When I game, I'm quite happy to just trundle along and do whatever I want, nice and relaxing. James is the opposite. So in real life, he's quite happy to trundle along, whatever happens, happens, everything's good, no concerns. In his games, he's like, no, we'll do this and work towards this, and then it's got to be like this, and then we'll do this, and this is what we need to collect, and this is to do this achieve. Yes, as I was saying, James is very militant about his gaming. He has a specific plan. This is how he works for his games. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm very laid back in gaming, and in real life I'm very highly strung. So it kind of works, because he can then set me up a plan of what I need to do to get these achievements. It's not cheating. It's not.
It's good organisation.
It's, yeah, good organisation, as James said. And then I work for him, and you get like a little sense of achievement from it, a little boost, a little it's a dopamine boost, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something easy for me to do, you know, because I don't always get the dopamine boosts from everyday life. So, and there's nothing wrong with gaming, as long as everything else is done and you're not neglecting anything. There's nothing wrong with doing a bit of gaming. So, yeah, to sum up that very chaotic thing, which is my life, yeah, we've got a couple of shows that we're intending to go to this month. One of them I'm missing because a babysitter fell through, so I'll be at home, and James is going to go because it's a evening out to see a show with James's friends, so it makes more sense for him to go and me to stay at home. But I'm happy to do that. I'll stay at home with my book and a hot chocolate. Once I put the kids to bed, then the evening's mine to do with what I wish, which is fine, because I'm not a big fan of going out anyway. We're going to see Sarah Millican this month, aren't we?
Yep.
Is there anything else?
And then there were none, but you're not going
Yeah,
to
and then there were none, which is what I wanted to go to, but I won't be going now.
then.
And I think that is it
February.
for February. We've got a couple in March as well, but that'll be in the March video. Yeah, so I do think that is it. Oh, I did get for Christmas a Lego set, which I am going to do this month. I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to record it, because why not? I quite like those sorts of videos. I'll probably sit and rewatch it because I watch Lego building videos anyway because, you know, I'm that exciting. And a jigsaw puzzle that me and James have been meaning to do since October or November. So that is the plan for a few evenings this month as well, isn't it, James?
Yep.
Have you done your puzzle box yet?
Most of it.
Most of it, okay.
Half of it.
We like puzzles in this family. We all like puzzles, don't we?
Yep.
So, sorry I keep looking over to there. James is sitting through there. So
James is waving.
James is waving. I tend to refer to James when I do videos and whatnot because I forget things. So.
James was told to be quiet while we were recording. But,
And then I asked him to talk, so.
Pass him this, and pass that.
I thought I had everything.
I'm alive. She's not killed me and buried me in the basement.
We don't have a basement.
That isn't full of bodies. Yes, I know. I've seen them. Love you.
Love you too. There's always something with you, isn't there? Yeah, so I think that is pretty much it. Oh, and my son got a reading award today, so yay, go him. So we're going to let him pick a treat for tea today as his reward for his award for doing really well, because he's been having a bit of a self-confidence crisis lately. And so whenever he does something really good, we want to make a big deal of it. We do with all three of them. But yeah, we want to make a big deal of it to just give him that little boost of confidence, because he's been a bit down because other kids are mean. So yeah, but I think that's everything. I have not I remember the last video I said about the Golden Hands series. I have not forgotten about that. There's not enough hours in the day. There really isn't. I know last month seemed to last forever, but there still was not enough hours in the day to get everything done that I did want to get done. So it's floating about. The idea's there. I will get round to it eventually, at some point. Anyway, anyone who's watching, thank you. And I hope you all have a lovely day, have a lovely month, enjoy February. And I will probably see you in about a month, maybe before, because I'd like to do one every week in an ideal world, but I don't always get a chance. So take care, stay safe, and bye.